Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks. First of all, Mr. Kru, I don't think anyone here thinks you're orang asing or anything like that. Very much a brother and sister to us all. I hope you don't mind if I come back again on the subject of Shukri. Whose passing also reminded me not only of Tony, who was a friend, but also of a gentleman who passed away during the last election campaign. His name was Salman Nasruddin, who was a photographer who helped out a lot of us and was killed in an accident. I know Shukri as well for a while. We met probably about a year ago when he started working with suarakeadilan.com when we started it up. It was a real gift. He took a lot of work off our hands, and it was a real asset to the team. It was he did good work. It's a big help. When I think of him, I think also of all the lonely people we know in the world, the people who may have had some trouble fitting in. Shukri was no stranger to controversy, but I think everyone agreed he had a good heart. It's always nice to me when he saw me. He was always cheerful, always had a friendly word. I don't think I gave him enough of my time. I shared enough of goodness, and again, his passing has made me reflect on these things. The last I saw of him was right here, just in front, last week as well. I remember he was talking about the Kuala Terengganu by-elections. He's from Kuala Terengganu. So he said, datang tak, Nek? Datang datang rumah saya nanti boleh jumpa. I'm sad I won't get a chance to, but I know he'll be remembered here every week. Just if you don't mind, a few words also on this gathering, which has been which is still going strong miraculously. This 10th, 11th evening. A lot of us people might ask you, well, why do you come, or what is the vigil about? Some of us say, oh, it's an ISA thing, or something like that. And indeed, that's how it started off. An anti-ISA vigil, a free RPK vigil, an RPK who now walks free among us with a full T-shirt. And it's an amazing thing, and I really hope that all of you know and believe that you played a part in not only letting him free, helping him get free, but also the rest. As you know, not so long ago, in the last month or so, they released another 17 detainees. So I hope you're making a difference. I hope you'll come back, week after week. And if you can't make it 1 week, it's okay. The rest of us will hold the fort. But come back the week after. It does make a difference. I hope all of you here also. There are lots of other causes to remember as well. In this, on the subject of detention without trial, the ISA is not the only law in Malaysia that can be used to detain someone without trial. There's also the emergency ordinance. I think the Dangerous Drugs Act, something along those lines. In the emergency ordinance, detainees are held in Simpang Gungang. Some of you may or may not have heard of them. These are not high-profile politicians or activists or things like that. These are a lot of blue-collar, working-class people who are arrested on suspicion of committing crimes or things like that. Generally ridiculous reasons. So I hope you can remember them here night after night as well. Those anyone held without trial, without access to a free and fair trial. There are all sorts of other people who are persecuted as well. Migrants. Just this morning, I think there was another big raid in KTM or something like that, Rela raids. A lot of people have come to Malaysia just looking for a better life, trying to escape intolerable conditions, not unlike many of ancestors of you and me here not so long ago, and have faced constant harassment, constant arrests, beatings. I think recently it was revealed over the last couple of years, 1,300 of them died in detention. So I hope we can remember them too and support the efforts of those who are working to make sure that they have that their human rights are protected, that they have access to better lives. So yeah, I think that's it. Again, I really hope you know how good it is to see all of you, how much it means to myself, to the rest of us who've been in this line for a little while. Very quickly, a lot of us here are also looking for a lot of changes in this country to come. Some may have been disappointed that they didn't come at a certain month or a certain time. But I have faith. Seeing all of you here, I know that even if it's not this week, this month, next year, one day change will come to Malaysia, and it will be because of people like you. And I know that we can do it. And whoever it is that sits in Shah Alam or Putrajaya, whichever government, we'll continue to hold them accountable. It doesn't matter who they are. We'll know that this, what we have here with this gathering here today is the seeds of the Rakyat, people who will not let their rights be taken away, will not let our country be stolen by corruption. So, thank you so much for coming, and as they've been saying, take the time to get to know one another. I've made some really good friends here. They've been a blessing to my life. Thank you all very much. I hope to see you next week. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Bright young man, sorry Ned, I have to tell this story every time you speak. Bright young man went to jail for his beliefs and for willing to speak up. As a parent, if I could design the DNA of my child, design someone like Ned. Seriously, in fact, I was a bit surprised that Ned didn't stand in the last general election. I happen to know Ned's parents, and he's as bourgeoisie and as upper middle class as you can get. So he doesn't have to do all this crap, but he's standing up for the rest of us. And I'm very impressed when young people are willing to stick out their neck. Because most of us older folks took years before we dared to stick our neck out. And here you have all these young men who could have gone into a promising 5-figure job. Why waste time on all this civil society stuff? And we have more and more young people doing that, and that's very encouraging. Okay, before I bore you guys, who else wants to make a statement or share something? Come, feel free to. We have time. Raja Petra can wait. Raja Petra will be the star. The prima donna speak last. Okay, she is for supporting artists.
Terima kasih tuan-tuan dan puan-puan. I'm a Bahasa teacher. Please allow me to speak in Bahasa. Tahun 2008 adalah satu-satunya tahun yang saya nampak pelajar-pelajar saya sendiri, tingkatan 4, tingkatan 5, menjadi begitu anti kerajaan. I read their essays, I know. Saya terpaksa memberi nasihat keras kepada mereka. Jangan buat kerja ini. Kamu ada blog, kamu ada tempat lain untuk meluahkan rasa tidak puas hati terhadap kerajaan. Tetapi ini adalah hasil daripada sistem pendidikan kita. The wrong hasil. The wrong product we are creating. Saya mengajar satu teknik kepada pelajar-pelajar saya untuk penulisan karangan. Hari ini saya kongsi teknik itu dengan saudara dan saudari. Teknik Pepsi. Teknik Pepsi. Maybe some of you know. Pepsi nomor 1, politik. Kita kena tukar. 2, E, ekonomi kena tukar. 3, P, pendidikan pun kena tukar. S, sosial kena tukar. I, industri pun kena tukar. 50 tahun kita merdeka. Saya bagi teknik Pepsi. People pay me for that. You don't have to. Jadi segala-galanya mesti ditukar kerana kita adalah ejen perubahan. Kita adalah ejen perubahan. Nak berubah bukan senang. Begitu sukar. Change is so difficult. Until at some time I also have given up. People don't change, I take it, never mind. Because it's really, really difficult to do. But we have started. Kini kita berada di sini sebagai ejen perubahan. Dan saya berasa bangga berada bersama kumpulan ini. Bersama rakyat Malaysia yang begitu baik. Jadi kita akan teruskan. Dan saya minta sokongan saudara dan saudari berterusan untuk kita tukar Pepsi. Everything must change. Politics, academics, social, everything. Let's go back and become the true Malaysia that we all know before. Thank you. Terima kasih. Terima kasih.